Before you learn vibrato, you need to know this. Vibrato is an intermediate technique. It is not a beginner technique. So this is gonna be one of the most important videos that you watch for this series. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Corey. I'm a violinist. It's March 1st, and I thought I would do something slightly different this month. I've never done this before, but I really felt like this was the time to do it. I keep getting asked so many questions about vibrato, like so many questions. So I thought, let's take the entire month of March and let's cover every single question, every single thing, exactly how to do vibrato, when to do vibrato, why to do, like just covering every single thing you could possibly imagine about vibrato. So this entire month, every single video you see is gonna be all about vibrato. My goal for this is that you walk out of March with every single resource you could possibly need to do a beautiful, beautiful vibrato confidently. When I was learning vibrato, I feel like my teacher showed me a little bit of what it was and then kind of threw me to the wolves and was like, okay, go figure it out. And also she gave me a book that was the least helpful book I've ever read in my entire life. And it was just, I struggled for so long to do vibrato, and I don't want that to be your story. So I have actually created a vibrato book that is going to go along with this entire series. It's going to cover every single thing we talk about and more. It's also going to have some pieces you can practice to help with your vibrato. It's going to have a timeline that you can literally check off and be like, I did that today, I did that today, and know exactly how long it's going to take you to learn vibrato, because I think it takes a lot longer than most of you guys think it does. But once you get it, it's going to be amazing. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's talk about the 3 things you need to know before you learn vibrato. So this is going to be one of the most important videos that you watch for this series. This is before you learn vibrato. So if you do not know these 3 things, I don't want you even learning vibrato. I want you to focus on these three things first. The first thing is you have to be able to play a 2-octave G major scale beautifully and perfectly. Let me show you what a 2-octave G major scale is. I'll leave a link to the G major scale down in my comments if you want it written out, but essentially what I mean is you should be able to play a beautiful G major scale, maybe 4 notes to a bow. You should be able to play the high 2s and the low 2s and the scale or the slurs. All those things are so important to learn before you even start worrying about vibrato, because vibrato is going to add more to your playing. And if your playing is not, if you're still practicing, if you're still learning how to play and you think vibrato is going to fix your sound, it's not going to, okay? It's going to be your bow that's going to fix your sound. It's going to be getting your fingers in the correct place that's going to fix your sound. So all those things are way more important than learning vibrato. So if you cannot play a beautiful 2-octave G major scale, similar to how I played it just now, I would take a second and not learn vibrato and continue practicing those things. The second thing you need to be able to do, and this is kind of similar to what I just did, is you need to have really good bow control. And the reason is that as soon as you start to do vibrato, you're essentially going to be shaking some parts of your violin, especially as you're learning. And if your bow control isn't super strong, it's going to make it more complicated to learn vibrato. If you're still trying to figure out how not to have a shaky bow, but then you're doing vibrato on top of that, oh my gosh, dear Jesus. Take one thing at a time, okay? Get a nice, strong, beautiful sound from your bow, then add vibrato in. So something to help you is to kind of think, can you play a beautiful sound from the frog to the tip? Do just nice, long, beautiful bows like that. Third and the final thing, and this is a little bit easier, just some little practical things. Your technique is extremely important. So standing up tall while you play and standing while you play. I do not believe you should be sitting and playing ever, especially on the side of your bed. I always stand and practice. Even when I have like 5-hour practices, I'm standing the entire time. If you're able to, stand. The other thing is, especially if you're learning by yourself, get a shoulder rest. It's gonna be so much easier to control your violin, especially as soon as you start to add vibrato, because again, it's a shaking movement, and your violin shouldn't be shaking, but as soon as you take your shoulder rest off and you don't have, it's not securely attached to your body, if that makes sense, it's gonna be a lot harder to figure out how to do vibrato. So I highly recommend having a shoulder rest as you're learning vibrato. Another thing is your nails have to be short. I've seen so many people try and do vibrato with these nice, long, beautiful nails that I'm always slightly jealous of, but you can't do that. They have to be nice and short to where you can stand up your fingers on the tips of your fingers and not have a nail get in the way. So those are the 3 things you need to be able to do before you learn vibrato. Like I said, if one of those things is out of place, I would not learn vibrato. I would take a second and focus on that one thing and get very, very good at it, and just get more confident on the violin before you start adding in vibrato, because it's gonna add a whole lot, okay? It's a hard thing to learn. Get really good at playing the violin, then add in vibrato. I always say that vibrato is an intermediate technique. It is not a beginner technique. All right, you guys, well, welcome to March. Welcome to Vibrato Month. I cannot wait to teach you guys how to do a beautiful vibrato. I'll see you later. Bye.